Hi guys, welcome to Praxie Best Practices and Discovery-Driven Planning. This is a planning tool, it's kind of a combination of strategy and innovation, focused on identifying the biggest assumptions and testing those assumptions so that you can modify your strategy as you go. So that's why it's called discovery-driven, because you're essentially discovering and learning as you go and building out your strategy. So the way you can do this is essentially list off the different types of strategies that you have based on certain categories of creating a business. So you're going to have certain strategies focused on your product, your business model, your go-to-market strategy, your operations. And so if you can list off what those strategies are, that's the first step. But you want to look at the assumptions underlying those strategies. So if you have certain product development requirements, you want to understand what the assumptions are that you're putting behind those requirements, because maybe your product has features that your customers actually don't want. So the idea is that you want to list your strategies based on the categories of business and then articulate the assumptions underlying those strategies. So if you can do that, that's the first kind of big step. Once you know what your assumptions are, you then want to look at, are those short-term, long-term, midterm, or long-term assumptions? So I call them horizon 1, 2, or 3. So is it something that we really want to make sure we test and validate short-term, or can we kind of hold off on that assumption and testing that until later because it's just really a long-term assumption and we kind of hold off on that? So the horizon is important. Your level of confidence in knowing whether or not that assumption is true or not is important. And then the criticality of that assumption in whether or not if it's validated, then it, is really important and can drive your business forward. But if it's invalidated, your business model might fall apart, for example. So the criticality of the assumption itself is important. If you can score all of those variables, then you can identify which assumptions are really the ones that you want to build a project plan around to test, both short-term and then midterm and long-term. So that's the essence of discovery-driven planning. Use the tool to come up with your priorities for your projects and launching your business. For more best practice templates and applications, visit Praxie.com.